When I was putting my kids to bed hungry 20 years ago or 18 years ago, I remember saying to myself, man, if I could just make $4,000 a month, all my problems would go away. My rent was $1,600 in Homestead, Florida. It was $1,000 per kid. Per kid, it was $1,000 to put them to school, to preschool. You ever paid that? That stuff is crazy when you really think about it. But it was just $3,700 before I thought about food or car or gas or insurance. And even though I was married, I was a single mom. Do you know what that means? If you know what that means, can you please give me like a hands up? I was married, but my husband was always in the streets. We're from Miami. He was always in the streets. He never helped me with rent. It was just a very crazy, crazy world. And then I was getting to this window of getting the courage to not just break up with him, but like to be done with that relationship. But I needed money. I needed confidence. But the truth of the matter is that I realized that so much of what I didn't attempt back then was because I was listening to so many other people's ideas about my life and what I should do and how I should do it. I allowed my parents, my siblings, the church, oh, don't get me started on the church, to tell me all the things that I should do. I remember hearing, Tiffany, if you go back to school and then you'll, blah, blah, blah. Go get a license. Go get a certification. I remember, I'm not going to tell you what, I'm not even going to say who and what. If you lose some weight, lose some more weight. Every other thing that I was hearing was telling me that I needed to do something else, like another version of me that did not exist yet was then going to be enough to be worthy of. I'm going to tell you something. Once I stopped, some people will say, oh, distance yourself from those people. I moved away from those people. You understand? I moved away from everybody in my family. And I look back on my daughter today, who's 22. I have a 22-year-old child. That's a different conversation. But every time I look at my daughter and I'm like, we did that. We did that. The truth of the matter is that it was the moment when someone told me, oh, but if you go get a man or you go get a husband. And I was like, this is how we got into this situation in the first place. We do not need anything else. I was enough. I am enough. There comes a point in your life, especially as a woman, where you just need to hear your own voice. But you can't hear your own voice, I guess, until, as I struggle with this necklace, you can't hear your own voice until you stop listening to other people's voices. But you have to cut them off cold turkey. You can't cut them off part way. You can't cut them off partially. You have to actually